Hello and welcome to another update video about Aave. Yeah, Aave has reversed out of our long-term support area. I will also take a look at the short-term, but we want to take a look at the different possibilities we have, because if we just watch the shorter time frame, we could lose sight of the bigger picture. So looking at Aave, it is absolutely possible that this wave 4 completed here in June 22. We've been talking about this long-term support area a few times, and we also had a few short-term support areas here recently that worked out in amazing ways, and this has been one of the best setups we've had in a long time. Now, to really confirm that we are pushing higher now and then we get out of this current range, we need the price to break above $119. That's something that's absolutely critical, okay? Price needs to break above that level, then we can talk about a more established uptrend. But in the short term, already really good movement that we've had. Now, we have to be ready as always for potential setbacks. I'm not necessarily suggesting, just because we're tracking a bullish scenario, that this is completely escalating now to, I don't know, to over $1,000. It could do if the trend continues to run. But bear in mind that on the shorter time frame, we've been highlighting here this 1-2-1-2 setup, okay? So that was quite clear to everybody who's been following my analysis. However, it doesn't mean that this is basically escalating to $1,000 from here. It could be, and this is something I'm absolutely observing, and that's, a possibility for the continuation, let's say, of the bear market, but with a potential of a decent rally. The scenario is the following, that actually we haven't completed wave 4. In fact, we have come down in an A wave. We're now doing a B wave rally and then come down in C. So this is something I'm observing. In the B wave rally, we have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me just change that to yellow as well, or white, doesn't matter. Because what we don't want to do is just focus on the micro. I mean, we had a great setup, but still you need to understand where things could be going. So in the most optimistic way, of course, we take off and we go to $1,000 plus, which would be great, okay? But in a not so optimistic scenario, we always need to be aware of the risks as well, right? In a not so optimistic scenario, we can track the Fibonacci extensions for this C wave. And basically the idea would be, okay, we are now running in a C wave, and this here was our 1-2 setup. And now we're taking off in a 3rd, 4th, 5. Okay, so this is sort of the roadmap. And where could that C wave take us to, right? That's the key. So in an ideal world, the C wave, let's see, so it is potentially quite a large area, but first of all, in terms of targets, Fibonacci extensions, just Fibonacci extensions of the C wave, we're looking at the area between $122 and $218, with $150 as also a key level there, to watch. These are the Fibonacci extensions. This is the area that I would broadly consider. However, if we can also use Fibonacci retracements, which is basically the resistance range. And for a B wave, this could go all the way up to $400, right? So that would be quite optimistic. But I just want to highlight to you, there is an area here in the middle where we can get rejections. And I wanted to make you aware of this sort of, basically micro count here. Or not the micro count, the bigger picture that helps you understand where we could be heading with this short-term setup that we had. That could, if we get into this region, depending on what's right for you in your portfolio, it might be reasonable to take some profits at some point if you used our setup. Now, to then specify that further, it's a bit too early really to highlight where exactly we're going. We haven't even broken above that green line there, right? So as we then get closer to that key pivot point there, or this key sort of target range for a C wave in B, we obviously have to track the microstructures, and that's where then Elliott Wave comes into play as well, and where we can say, okay, we're getting close to completing this pattern or that pattern. And at the moment, I mean, we are probably still very early in this C wave in that we had a 1-2 setup, and this could now be the third wave that's in the making. And within the third wave, basically we had another 1-2 setup, 3, 4, 5. So really good to see that this is materializing. Yeah, and I think this is all you need to know at the moment. Next key resistance levels, we see them here actually on the daily chart quite well. Structural resistance is here at $88.73. And then here there's quite a bit of structural resistance coming. But the next really key level for me is the $118, $119 level. And if we talk about Fibonacci extension targets just for this third wave here, let me just, 2. Then we talk about, I mean, ideally sort of at the minimum for this yellow third wave, I mean, $95 to 109, okay? It can always extend higher, but this is sort of the ideal range. And in order to understand when the trend is breaking down, because we need to understand, okay, at what point is this trend breaking down? Altcoins break down all the time. That would be the $72 level. I would use $72 as critical support. So I keep you updated about Aave. It's going according to script at the moment. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.